Steve and Denise are both much more techy than I and much better organized than I have a huge inbox. I do have some folders. Denise says, well, why don't you just use folders? Well, I have some, but I never take the time to go to them. Now, I have a huge inbox. Some of the messages are years old. And I have a huge send, although those go away when that auto archive.
This isn't a confessional.
but I have a point here, and that is that, for example, I'm dealing with a group, and I don't have a list for that group. I mean, if I deal with them a lot, I have my own tailored distribute list. I mean, it's obvious, it's like people off campus, it's not like an Outlook. And I need to interact with them over a period of weeks or months. And rather than go and fish out their names from my contact file each time, I just go in inbox and find, oh, that's right, in December we were talking, I go and find that through the subject search or the date search or the name if I know the first name. And then, bang, I can go, hey folks, now on this point. And another thing is, if something comes up, and it's often with like once a year, the budget. Well, there I have it from last year. So this time comes along and it's November planning. It's January, the board's approved. It's this and June, the things are coming down to a head and we've got to deal with this. Well, there it is.
Yeah, I would just say, I mean, if that works for you, that's great. But I would just suggest creating folders for like budget and then any kind of budget email, you just put it in there. And so the inboxes, we use that for communication with others. They're communicating with us, we communicate back. And then we use other folders, other ways to file the things that are for reference, like you said, or for communication, a year ago.
I like that deferred thing.
Yeah.
Although, it's, anyway, thank you so much.
The thing is, you have to have a system that you trust.
Yeah.
If you're not putting everything into it, there's always a question, okay, what am I forgetting? And you stop using the system and that sort of thing. And like I said, I fall off the wagon from time to time. But the really nice thing about this is it's really easy. Once you have a system in place, it's really easy to get back on the wagon.
Where do you start?
And we're just over our time.
Oh, sorry.
I can keep going, but if you need to leave, it's just past.
If you have 10,000 emails in your inbox, where do you start?
Started working here. How do you have 10,000?
A year ago. I have a year of emails. Where would you start with that?
Like, is there like a home, residential detox program?
People like us.
First thing is
That's great.
Well, this
Brian,
book-
I have an email problem.
Yes.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. This book is the detox program. He'll walk you through setting up your system, and then you just have a pile. You have an inbox on your desk. All the paper stuff goes in there. You go through your inbox, you clear it all out, and it takes, if you're not ever done it before and you haven't been diligent about keeping that clean, it can take a while. Maybe it takes you a whole day or a week to finally get through everything.
Or you could just hit delete.
Talk to your boss if you're going to spend
Email
a week.
bankruptcy.
Something that helps me, I don't know if this will help others, but if I change from the date to from,
Okay.
it puts everybody together who I've heard from, and then I can look at those bottom emails and say, the one on top is the one I need to keep, and I can delete all those.
It has all the thread of the previous.
Yeah, and then I'm more likely to be able to get it out of the inbox. That's what I'm gonna do when I go back.
Okay.
I have just two comments. This book you can get on Mobius or in any public library, and they recently updated it. So now I own the old version, the new version, and the audiobook.
So if you want to get things done, you need to talk to
So
Shannon.
no, if you want to get things done, what you do is you have Richard or Ryan or somebody, Dave, show you or Brad show you how to set your quick steps, so that you just click one of the buttons at the top of your Outlook window. As you open your email in the morning, I can just click do later because it takes less than 5 minutes, or file. I just have a quick step set
good.
for each of. I think what's helpful, maybe that you said that I didn't hear, is that I on this chart, these are the decisions, the center column is like the decision-making process. These on the outer ring are the buckets, like, these are the questions you ask yourself. This is where you put your stuff, so I just set quick steps in my Outlook for each of these buckets.
Yeah, that's great.
So all I do is hover my arrow over that top part of the thing as each email comes up, and it puts it where it needs to be, and then when I'm finished processing, cause my email is down to 0.
I think we need a quick step, lunch and learn.
So, yeah, so Richard can show you how to.
Is a
That
quick
would be
step
good.
a thing? Is that like?
Well,
for me.
you Mac people do not have quick steps.
Max don't
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't have that on the
It's a
map.
Mac
Yeah.
one, yes.
Sorry,
So-
you won't be invited to that lunch and learn. Yes, Jim.
I said, jobs make this vary a whole lot, you know, a different type of job, but also personalities, because I'm obsessive compulsive. So I see a twig on the library steps, I have to stop and pick that up.
That's why you turn off your notifications. If it's not dinging, then you're not.
Good
you're
point.
not bothered.
But I agree with whoever said we need another session that kind of does what you're doing here, but maybe that helps us a little more.
But even if you don't set up quick steps, I guess all I'm saying is if you have a folder for each one of these things on the outer ring of this document, it's very easy to drag each email into the right place and then open up next actions to see what to do.
Yeah, and what some of these tools do, right here, they have, you can email, I can email to Evernote, or you can email to Trello or whatever, and it'll end up in your Evernote inbox. And then once a day, I go through that and I categorize those that way. Yeah, if you're working within Outlook and tasks, quick steps, or just dragging them into tasks, it creates a task. You drag it to the calendar, it creates a calendar. Okay, one more question.
I said several negative things about myself, and I'm going to say something that some will interpret as negative, but that I interpret as positive to counter some of those negatives. And that is, I'm not on Twitter because I don't have the time, and I am on Facebook, but I find myself checking it about once a month.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother topic about interruptions. I've been off Facebook for a year, and that's wonderful.
If you're not,
There you go, bro.
if you're not in communications, it's likely social media would be a part of your daily work. I mean, in my mind, if you're not Kent Needler posting seminary-related stuff, why would someone at work even be on social media?
Yeah, really.
Well, this is at home as well, I just
Yeah,
don't have
At home,
time.
at work.
I just hope that people aren't like sitting on Facebook. Sorry if I'm offending anybody. Like you're just trying to do a job. Probably doesn't even check Facebook.
Yeah, it could be like an addiction. I can't stop. I have to know what my friends are doing. Okay, well, thank you all.
Thank you.
There's still cookies in the back, I think.
Thank
Grab
you.
some.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
I
Thank you.
Yes.